So, in 2 days, Carson Wentz returns to the field for the first time in 9 months. Now, it's going to be an interesting game. What's going on, everybody? It's Sacred Eagle, and let me know what you guys think about this game and Carson Wentz's return in the comments down below. But it's going to be interesting because this is the most banged up we've seen this team in a long time. Right now, your starting wide receivers are Nelson Aguilar, Jordan Matthews, Shelton Gibson, and number 81, forget his name, I think it's Aiken, right? His last name? Yeah. Those are your 4 guys. You have all your tight ends, minus Richard Rodgers. Of course, you got Perkins in that spot for him. We need to see more of Dallas Goedert. That's something we were asking for last week, but we didn't get it for some strange reason. And then Zach Ertz, of course, is your number 1 guy. Offensive line, Jason Peters looks like he's going to be fine, that he's going to play. It might have just been, more so cramps than a quad injury, if anything, in the 100-degree weather in Tampa last week. Regardless, Vaitai did do well last week, so I'm not going to be too worried about the offensive line. That wasn't really the biggest issue, despite them not really picking up blitzes against Tampa Bay. And that was because we didn't have Darren Sproles or Ajayi for a majority of that game to help blocking. Those 2 were out for this game, confirmed just a couple of minutes ago. So we're relying on Corey Clement, Wendell Smallwood, and we just brought him up from the practice squad, Josh Adams, their undrafted free agent of this recent draft, who surprised us a lot as far as all the, it was kind of like the same situation with Corey Clement. He did show a lot of talent, and we gave him a chance, and it benefited. So maybe Josh Adams can benefit for us as well. But I'm just worried, not just about Carson Wentz and whether or not, the rust has got to get shaken off and blah, blah, blah. He hasn't played in 9 months. He hasn't played, any contact, period, up until now. So you add that to how we don't know about Alshon Jeffrey's, his condition right now, whether or not he's going to be ready for Sunday. He most likely will not be. The amount of wide receivers you have is just not that much. Mike Wallace is on IR for now. And Alshon Jeffrey, again, he's unknown, his status. So we're going to see a lot of maybe check down passes. I would definitely revolve more around the run game, get that started, because without Ajayi and Sproles, what else can you do? You need to establish the run game. You need to get one of your running backs going at the bare minimum, whether that's Clement, Smallwood, or Adams. You got to get one of them going, because if not, Carson Wentz is going to have a rough time. Indianapolis, they're not known for having the greatest defense, but again, this is a 1-1 team. Andrew Luck is returning. You can't sleep on them. That's kind of been the story of this entire season, that you cannot sleep on any given enemy, which is your opposing team. Tampa Bay has taken advantage of that the last 2 weeks. The Browns have taken advantage, and they've only lost 1 game out of 3 so far this year. Technically, they could be 3-0 if they had a better kicker. Think about that. That's insane, right? So you cannot just sit back and think, oh yeah, it's the Colts, meh, whatever. Andrew Luck turns the ball over. That's normal Andrew Luck, but he can make big plays happen. He can make plays happen with his feet. He can take a hit. He's not easy to bring down. So we need to get right up in his face, and our offense needs to get going early. Our offense did well in the second half last week against Tampa Bay. Same thing goes against the Falcons in the fourth quarter. That's about it. We need to be executing on all 4 cylinders, all 4 quarters, every which way. With Jordan Matthews returning, dependent on how healthy he is, and if he can stay healthy, him coming back for Wentz, that's big, because with only 3, 1, you only had 3 guys, and 2, you needed somebody that knew the system well enough that they can come in and be like, oh yeah, I remember all this, let's get right to it, and have that chemistry with Carson Wentz. He was his favorite wide receiver in 2016. Not only that, but when throwing the ball, Carson Wentz's highest completion percentage rates goes to Jordan Matthews out of any of the Eagles' wide receivers. So I'm just saying, I'm being the optimistic Eagles fan I am. I have some hope in the returning Jordan Matthews. I have some hope in the returning Carson Wentz, of course. I just need to see what the running backs and the rest of the wide receiver unit can do, because what else can I really say? You know, it's just all up in the air right now. So tell me what you guys think about this game in the comments down below. There's a lot to be worried about, but at the same time, I have some hope and faith in this team moving forward, especially once we get healthier. Let Ajayi and Sproles and Jeffrey heal up more if they need to. You did it for Carson Wentz, and you're 1-1. You can do it without them for another week or two and get them back, hopefully, with a good record, perhaps first place. Let's keep it at that. Let's get healthy and then make the push. I'll see you guys later.